I never imagined things would unravel like this. My oldest son, my firstborn, stumbled across the will I had left sitting carelessly on my office desk during a family lunch. A single document, seen without any explanation or context, has torn our family apart. I want to begin by saying something I know to be absolutely true in my heart. I love all three of my sons equally. They are my pride, my legacy, 29, 24, and 22 years old. That love has never wavered, not once. But love, I'm learning, is not always enough to prevent deep misunderstandings and hurt. The fracture between me and my oldest is not new, but this time it feels permanent. The truth is, the shadow of my ex-wife has loomed over our lives for years. Her presence brought more pain than peace, emotional manipulation, financial betrayal. When my oldest son turned 18, my wife and I made the heartbreaking but necessary decision to cut his mother out of our lives completely. Not once did we speak ill of her to him. We allowed him to maintain whatever relationship he wanted with her, silently enduring the discomfort and chaos it sometimes brought into our world. I bit my tongue through years of decisions I disagreed with because I didn't want to push him away. I had already lost so much in the divorce. I couldn't bear to lose my son, too. Since then, I rebuilt my life from scratch. A new marriage, a new business, a second chance. All three of my sons came to work with me in this business I built brick by brick. We were finally finding our rhythm again as a family. Or so I thought. The will was drafted with the intention of protecting everyone, though now I see how deeply flawed the execution was. The company and the family home were designated to go to my two younger sons. My oldest was set to receive a trust that would pay out every 5 years. It wasn't meant to be a slight. It wasn't about favoritism. It was a legal safeguard, one that our lawyer strongly recommended. My ex-wife's influence, while still subtle and unseen, was strong. The lawyer feared that if we passed away unexpectedly, she might find a way to interfere or gain access to the business through our oldest son. The plan had always been to rewrite the will immediately to divide everything equally once we were gone, but that promise was never explained to him. He discovered the worst way possible, alone, without warning, without love guiding the words. His reaction was volcanic. He stormed down the stairs, yelling, cursing, throwing things. His words, vile and heartbreaking, lashed against me and my wife like whips. He accused us of betrayal, of favoritism, even of racism. That one accusation cut the deepest. He is half Indian, half white. My wife is brothers and I are white. And yet the idea that our decisions could be twisted into something hateful, something we have never harbored, broke something sacred in us. It echoed the very accusations his mother used to make, echoing her voice through him like a ghost we thought we had left behind. His brothers nearly came to blows with him that day. The love in the room shattered into pieces no one could pick up. Since then, he's refused every phone call, every message, and he's been vocal online, spreading harsh, cruel lies about our family, dragging his brothers into it, accusing us of things we've never done and would never do. Extended family has started to whisper. His brothers are being questioned, harassed even, by cousins about the accusations. My wife, trying to stay strong, quietly cried over the things he called her. I feel utterly helpless. The decision to write the will that way without first explaining it to him was mine. I see that now and I own it. I wanted to protect my family from someone who had caused deep harm. But I failed to protect my son from feeling abandoned by his own father. 2 days later, he returned to work, not to reconcile, but to say goodbye. He had accepted another job. I could see the pain in his eyes, the deep, bitter disappointment. He told me I had wasted his time, misled him into believing he had a future in the company. I broke down in front of him. I begged him to reconsider. I showed him the emails I had sent to our lawyer, already working on rewriting the will to divide everything equally. I offered transparency, understanding, anything he wanted, but he was done. He wanted a severance, not in installments, not in goodwill, just a lump sum. It felt transactional, but I gave him what he asked for, because I had taken too much already. He said things I wasn't ready to hear, accused me of mistreating him, of choosing my new family over him for years. He brought up old wounds, Some I never even realized were bleeding. There were even threats, fraud, discrimination, legal complaints. I didn't fight. I just listened, broken. I asked if he'd consider family therapy. He laughed bitterly and said, "Can you give me back the years I wasted?" No words. Nothing I said could soften that. He left, and with him, he took a piece of my heart. He's uninvited all of us from his wedding. June was supposed to be a celebration, a joining of families. Now, it's a painful reminder that I may no longer be part of the life he's building. That perhaps I was never truly part of it, not in the way I believed. And yet, despite everything, I still love him, deeply, endlessly. I pray that someday, after the anger has faded and the wounds have had time to heal, he might be willing to hear me, not just as a man who made a grave mistake, but as a father who always tried, even when he got it terribly wrong. Until then, all I can do is wait in the silence he's left behind.